Well, it's happened. It's finally over. The first ever episode of mHw Hardcore Wrestling's Friday Night Feast. It's in the books, and my God, bodies were thrown, elbows were thrown, faces were smashed, testicles were smashed. It was pure, utter mayhem, and I loved every single second of it. My name's Michael Francis. It's blast off time. We're gonna go through this whole episode of mHw Friday Night Feast, give the good bits an up, and the bad bits a down. Let's up those downs. I can't believe we have to do this, but it has to be done. We gotta start this series off with a down. Why, you ask? Here's why. The show starts with every mHw member coming to the ring to supposedly their favorite Attitude Era Superstars theme music. Blast comes out to X-Pac. Extreme comes out to Dude Love. Old Painless comes out to The Brood. But for some reason, Power, one of Stone Cold Steve Austin's all-time biggest fans, comes out to The Rock. Don't know why? Not only does it get a down, it gets a brown down. Blast sets up some music, and then immediately all mayhem breaks loose. Power starts with a power bomb that he botches. Blast comes in to bulldog Old Painless. There's no rhyme or reason to any of this. It's just four dudes beating the cheese out of each other. Big move after big move. No regard for their safety. Flying through the air. Slamming onto the mat. I can't believe that any of these guys survived. They went for around about 35 hours. I lost count. It was just every man for himself. Pure, utter chaos. Seriously, do yourself a favor and go back and watch this inaugural Brawl for All. It is big spot after big spot after big spot. Entertainment at its finest. That is the name of the game, so it's getting an up. Now, after about a half an hour of brawling for allin', the boys got a little bit tired of the insanity, so they decided to add a little structure to their program by breaking into two factions for a tag team bout. On one hand over here, we have Extreme and Power, and they're taking on Blast and Old Painless for the supreme team of the mHw Hardcore Wrestling Federation. Now, since they're starting to add a little structure into the program, they're actually playing this tag team match with rules. So it's not a no disqualification hardcore tag team match. And keep that in mind, because that's going to be a little bit important a little bit down the road. The match starts off with Power kicking Blast and Old Painless's asses up and down the ring. I enjoyed every second of this moment, so it's getting another up. But then we get to a crucial moment in mHw Hardcore Wrestling history, I assume, because it's at this moment when Extreme can't stop talking trash to the other team, and Blast decides he's gonna do something about it. He meets Extreme on the outside of the ring. They tussle for a little bit, but before Extreme can get any offense in, Blast DDTs his head right into the concrete outside of the ring, and Extreme just might have lost a couple of teeth. I wouldn't recommend taking a DDT outside of the ring at any venue, at any time. It's gonna hurt. It gets a down. But Extreme, being the franchise that he is, gets back in the ring like it ain't no thing, and the tussle continues. For that, he can have an up. The match continues. They're trading back and forth. Not too much insanity is happening at this moment. That is until both Power and Extreme are going for a move against Old Painless and Blast respectively. And it's at this moment when Blast's face goes head first into Old Painless's kneecap. I tell you, I don't know how any of these gentlemen have their teeth left or are out walking around the streets today. They're not practicing very good ring safety etiquette, and for that, I give you a down. But would you have it, Blast is also a champion. He brushes it off. He's back in the ring. The match continues, and I get to continue to be entertained. I give it an up. It's at this point though, when Blast gets back into the ring, that these boys know that they're playing a little bit dirty. They want the win. I was on the edge of my seat. It's getting an up. However, the end of this match might be a little bit disputed, but hey, what can you do? Sometimes these things just happen. You see, Old Painless had found himself a weapon and was bopping everybody over the head with it. He bopped Power in the head, but Power wasn't having any of it. Power confronts Old Painless about this weapon that he uses and is like, if you want to use it, here you go, use it. I'm gonna give you a stunner and there ain't nothing you can do about it. But he kind of botched the kick a little bit and he hit Old Painless right in the testicles. Now, I've never seen somebody in so much pain in my life, and I don't think I ever will again, but this was pure, 100% unadulterated pain like I have never seen and never will again. I'm repeating myself. I'm just so flabbergasted that Old Painless is able to get out of bed this morning and walk around. I don't know if I could do it. I don't know if I could do it. Go back now and watch in slow motion the kick to the groin. It's a direct shot. It's a direct shot. Old Painless, for the shot to the nuts, I give it a down. But for that shot to the nuts, not only does it get an up, it gets a golden up. That's right, I laughed my ass off and I'm still laughing to this day. I'm sorry that I'm not sorry. And because this was a standard tag team match, you know what that means. Disqualification for Power. Blast and Old Painless are your winners. They win the first ever sanctioned match in mHw history on the first ever Friday Night Feast. Here's your winners, Old Painless and Blast. I'm sure that Old Painless wished they had just won by pinfall instead. Now, I don't know what the outcome of this is going to be, but I have a feeling that Old Painless is going to want a little bit of retribution against Power for kicking him square in the family jewels. You just don't do that to a man and get away with it. You can't. It's Old Painless again. I am truly sorry for you. Now that's the end of this inaugural episode of Friday Night Feast. It was just pure entertainment like you can't get anywhere. You can't get this in WWE. You can't get this in AEW. You might get this in Impact. You might. But generally speaking, you're not going to get it anywhere else. For this episode, I give this an up. Now, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. There's buttons somewhere. And I will see you on the next episode of Ups and Downs.